down, and it's going to come down, but we're not leaving until that job is finished, and it's going to be very fast. It's going to be very fast.
And joining me now is Energy Secretary Chris Wright. Secretary Wright, welcome to Meet the Press.
Thanks for having me, Kristen.
Thank you so much for being here. I want to start right there on gas prices, top of mind for Americans. Since the war began, the national average price for gasoline is up 24%, and diesel prices have jumped 32%. Mr. Secretary, when can Americans expect to see the price of gas come down?
Yeah, after the conflict is over, you'll start to see prices come back down. But Iran immediately going to impede the flow through the Straits of Hormuz, launching attacks at all of their neighbors, even those completely uninvolved in this conflict, just illustrates why it's so important to defang this regime. It's been the greatest supporter of terrorism in the world. The greatest killer of American soldiers over the last 20 years has been Iran, and we haven't fought a conflict against them until this. It's just this president did not want to kick this can down the road to the next administration. The world simply can't see a nuclear-armed Iran. And so I'm proud of his actions. But yes, it is a short-term disruption in the flow of energy. Americans are feeling it right now. Americans will feel it for a few more weeks. But at the end, we will have removed the greatest risk to global energy supplies. We'll go to a world more abundant in energy, more affordable in energy, and less risky for American soldiers and commerce in the Middle East.
You say a few more weeks. Are you suggesting this war could be over, will be over in a few more weeks?
I think that's the likely time frame, yes. I think the president came out early on saying he expected the need for 4 to 6 weeks to completely defang Iran's military capabilities. We started focused on the projection of distant power. So their Navy's been destroyed, their Air Force has been destroyed, their long-range missiles have been destroyed, their ability to construct and build long-term missiles has been destroyed. And the effort continues now on more of their short-term threats, short-range missiles, drones. The military performance has been outstanding, but it's just critical for the world and critical for the United States that we remove this just growing threat from Iran, defang their ability to rain terror on their neighbors and the world.
We're going to get to the military response to the Strait of Hormuz momentarily, but let me just pin down a couple of questions here. Are you confident that gas will be back under $3 a gallon by the busy summer travel season, Mr. Secretary?
There's a very good chance that'll be true. There's no guarantees in war. The time frame's still not entirely clear, but I think that's certainly a goal of the administration and very possible.
Okay, well, the price of a barrel of oil closed above $103 on Friday, and the Iranians are warning of prices hitting $200 a barrel. Mr. Secretary, should Americans be bracing for, should they be worried that this war will actually drive the price of oil above $200 a barrel?
So Iran for 47 years has called the United States the Great Satan. So because they call us the Great Satan, I don't think we are the Great Satan. In fact, clearly we're not. So I don't listen much to Iranian projections of what's going to happen.
So that's a no?
There is disruptions of flow, very important waterway. I would pay no attention to what Iran says, but there is a lot of energy that flows through the Straits of Hormuz, and depending upon the timing and the manner in which this conflict comes to an end, we're going to see some elevated pricing until we get there. Where it's going to go, we have done many actions to mitigate that price rise. You saw the announcement of a coordinated release of 400 million barrels of oil, with over 30 nations of the world participating in that. We've had allies in the Middle East that moved oil overseas before the conflict started. Heck, we just announced yesterday bringing on a meaningful amount of oil production in the state of California from offshore.